For most of my past pathetic life, I always used to just sit inside this corner of mine inside high school or wherever and just wait for life to happen to me. I always would just leave myself, just basically never take the lead of my own life and just wait for life to happen. Just wait for some random event to happen upon me which I wasn't prepared for and then just cry about it later on whenever I had to do something about it. Well, I did this until I had enough. And then I decided to change something. And now, 2 years later, I'm actually living a life where I can basically handshake anyone I like and actually get the attraction from other girls, even though the time being I wasn't even that great with picking up girls. So brother, if you want the same life, click the first link in the description and I'm gonna show you the way to it. And now I'm gonna show you what I actually discovered to be the case that actually unlocked the potential inside my life. I'm gonna show you why being this pussycat who just waits for life to happen is a bad thing. And now after I call you a pussycat, you may already be clicking off this video because you're a weak person. So if that's you, perhaps you're not ready yet. But if you still stay and if you still decide to actually do something about your life, good on you. And now I'm gonna reveal to you what was the thing which literally allowed me to live this life. Well, it was something called life does not happen to you. You happen to life, and never the other way around. Life is the same thing for everyone. Life is the same resource that everyone has. You have time upon this world as I have time upon this world, as everyone else has time upon this world. The flies that you see, the dogs that you see, your pets, if you have some, your grandparents, your parents, everyone has some time upon this world. And that time is basically called life. But it is up to you whether you are gonna do something with that life that God gave you, or whether you're just gonna leave it aside, put it aside and say, oh man, life is so unfair. Well, of course it's unfair. It's unfair because you're unfair to yourself. Well, you are there crying about your so hard past and all of that. There are people like David Goggins who actually go and do something about it. He perhaps had one of the toughest childhood of all. He would, I dare to say that he would be better off if he did not have a family rather than staying with the family that he had. And I'm not gonna talk about that yet. I'm not gonna talk about it. If you want, go and read his book, because he deserves to read. He deserves you to read his book. And if you think that you had a harder life than him, great. But if you think that you had a harder life than a Holocaust survivor, I think you're wrong. I think you got it all wrong. There is a person who survived the Holocaust and who literally wrote an entire book. I'm not sure what his name was. You can look it up on the internet. But this guy had a positive outlook on life. And if he had a positive outlook on life after probably the closest thing which we can call hell on earth came upon this world, if he was able to come out of the positive, who are you to be negative? Fair enough, your mother beat you up whenever you was a children. Fair enough, mine did too. Your father left you, your mother left you, you grow up in a single parent household. I did so. I did too. What's stopping you? What excuse is stopping you? Bro, take the lead of your life. You can change and you will change, but you need to actually do something about it, man. You cannot expect yourself to change if you always use the same recipe that you see everywhere around you. On the wall you see your poster that you used to jack off to. Then on the internet you see the video that you used to jack off to. Then here you actually see the milk, the sugary milk that you always used to drink every single day as soon as you would wake up. Of course your life is not gonna change. You need to change your environment, yourself, your inner environment for your life to actually change into something completely different, my friend. You do not need those things. You can easily just take off that poster and throw it outside. You can block that video over. You can delete that video. You can start living life on a different note. And what do I mean by that? Well, if you used to jack off every single day, if you used to eat shit food every single day, if you used to watch Pornhub, watch gaming videos, play video games, all of these bad habits. Good, fair enough. What did you learn from it? You didn't learn anything, which is a lesson in itself. A lesson that you should avoid actually going and doing these habits again. That you should avoid teaching your children to do those habits. That's what you have learned. And now, what can we do about it? We can completely change. Your past is not the one that is holding you by the leg and never letting you go forward. You are the one who holds yourself by the leg. If you are here stuck, it's because of your limiting belief mindset. So, what do we need to do? We need to completely change, and that means physical and mental change. You go on and start going to the gym from this point onward, or just start exercising at home. You go on and start reading books, start meditating, start journaling, start actually being a productive human being that actually respects life. And sooner or later, it took me about a week to actually love life again. You are gonna experience the same thing. It only takes about 2 to 3 weeks, man. It only takes that puny amount of time, which is literally as big as a rice piece compared to your entire life. So now that you know this, you can do 2 things. You can actually go on and change. You can actually go on and do something about this. You can actually go and take action. You could actually go and take action upon this. Go, click the first link in the description and tell me personally, bro, I did it, so that I can be proud of you and tell you good job. Or you can be this person, this other person who just never takes action, who just watches this video, clicks off, and just says, oh man, such a cool video, I got motivated, let's go! Do 2 push-ups and then never come back to this video again. You could be either of those 2 people. Now, we both know which one will get the results. Is the first guy. So, if you would like that same life, if you would like to be the guy who literally can check anyone, who can attract the girls without even having game inside him, click the first link in the description and I'm gonna see you on there. Peace.